Where can you find the freshest seafood in the Smoky Mountains? In today's video, we'll take a closer look at Chesapeake Seafood House in Gatlinburg and see how fresh they can be. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. The Smoky Mountains are not especially known for their vast seafood options. If you want barbecue ribs or the best smoked pulled pork on the block, then you're in the right place. But if you're looking for really good seafood, then you're gonna have to look a little harder. Well, don't worry. We here at Bear Facts have you covered, because in today's video, we will talk about a seafood house that has some of the freshest seafood in the area. Chesapeake Seafood House is well known for advertising that their seafood is brought in fresh every day. They will tell you it's physically flown in from their cellar on the East Coast every morning and never frozen. And after eating there more than a few times, I tend to believe there is truth to this statement. Their seafood is very fresh and of a higher quality than you'd expect from high tourist destinations. Chesapeake's is a more elegant, upscale restaurant that removes you from the mountain rustic ambiance you might feel in many of the other establishments in the area. Instead, you get to enjoy a more modern feel with a contemporary maritime undercurrent. They have large mirrors that reflect the lighting and bar, giving the place a very large, airy feel. And though it's a more upscale restaurant, you could still wear flip-flops and jeans. Most of the other patrons we've seen are often dressed casually, though there are those who are celebrating a special occasion and dress up. Chesapeake Seafood House has 3 locations, 2 in the Knoxville area and 1 in Gatlinburg. The Gatlinburg location is on 321 Parkway, behind or in front of, depending on your perspective, the Margaritaville in Gatlinburg. Though their location is very easy to find, parking isn't as simple. They don't have their own parking lot, so you will need to either park in the parking garage up in the intersection of 321 and 441 or find another parking area close by. The parking garage has a flat rate of $10 a day and you can pay with cash or charge. We usually park here when going to Chesapeake's as it's the least expensive. Also, because of its size, you can usually find a parking spot there. Chesapeake's is on a very busy road, and dropping off guests in the front of the building isn't a safe option. So even though they have handicap ramp, it is not very convenient for people with extreme mobility issues to access. Though if you drive up to the Margaritaville parking area behind Chesapeake's, you can access the restaurant from behind, giving guests who need better access a safe place to be dropped off. Though you won't be able to park your car there unless you're a guest. If you love seafood, then this place is worth the hassle. Chesapeake is going to offer some of the best seafood in the area for a fairly reasonable price. Chesapeake is well known for their extensive raw oyster selection. Though I'm not personally a big fan of that menu item, their selection and variety of oysters is impressive. They have a nice presentation and are advertised as being extremely fresh. Definitely a good selling feature for a raw food item. The restaurant also has a full bar. You can ask for a wine menu and their bar is pretty extensive. There are also seasonal drinks you can ask about. With your meal, you also get an amazing bread selection. We really enjoy the fresh croissants, but the other breads are also delicious. They also have soups and appetizers you can order. We tried the clam chowder and really enjoyed it. They are packed with real clams and thick chunks of tender, well-cooked potatoes. Make sure you save some bread to dip in this thick soup. But make sure you leave room for the main course because you might need it. If you enjoy crab, I highly suggest you try the Maryland crab cake. Unlike many restaurants, these crab cakes are more crab than cake. Large, tender pieces of crab are shaped together into balls with a warm, white cream sauce. The flavor is subtle and very savory. These can be purchased as a meal, appetizer, or added to your meal as a side dish for an upcharge. The menu will also feature the fresh catch of the day. These dishes range from rainbow trout, haddock, Alaskan salmon, grouper, maui-maui, snapper, or flounder. Last time we were there, I had the stuffed flounder. It was light and flaky with a rich white lobster cream sauce drizzled over the meal, very fresh and cooked to perfection. And no seafood restaurant would be complete without fresh lobster. You can pick your own or ask the server to do the deed. They will price the lobsters based on market pricing, and you will not find the price on the menu. So ask your server ahead of time if you need to know. When you are served your lobster, the server will do all the work. They are more than willing to crack the lobster open and present it to you shell-free. And this is a good place to point out the service at Chesapeake's is phenomenal. We have never been disappointed by any of the waitstaff. The staff are friendly and very energetic, and the food itself can take a little while to get to your table, but it's well worth the wait. Now, back to the menu, and let's talk about the real crowning dish at Chesapeake's. Obviously, this is my personal opinion, but I want to talk about the seafood tower. This item is not on the regular menu, so ask your server about it if you don't see it. You will pay a hefty price. When we were there in May, it cost $100 for this entree. Definitely not cheap, but for what you get, the price is really worth it. This 2-tier tower is served on a bed of ice and comes with 4 different dipping sauces and warm butter. The bottom tier is packed with raw oysters and mussels. If you like oysters, then this is a fantastic deal. The top tier has 4 large lobster tails, giant cocktail shrimp, and a cluster of chilled snow crab legs as the showstopper. This is a very shareable meal. But don't worry, if seafood isn't your thing, then rest assured the menu will not disappoint. My husband is not a seafood lover and only goes here for special occasions with me. And between the bread and other landlubber options, he finds the meal to be satisfying. We have had the steak before, which was juicy and tender, but the cheeseburger was what really stood out. You can taste the genuine charred smokiness in the tender, juicy meat. With most meals, you have your choice of sides. There are seasonal sides, salads, different potato items, and a really good baked apple and cinnamon dish for those who have a sweet tooth like me. They do have a dessert menu, but we have never had enough room to try it. If you have been there and have had a chance to try the desserts, please tell us about them in the comments. So the question might be, is it worth it to go? I would say yes, if you like seafood. If you're more of a landlubber, then it's going to be a shaky yes or a solid maybe. Though we really enjoyed Chesapeake's, they're not for everyone. It is pricey and more upscale, but it's not as expensive as some places we've been to in Gatlinburg. And we have seen families with young children, but it can get expensive still. I like that you can leave here stuffed to the gills or happy and content by just eating from the lighter and more healthy food options. The choice is yours. I also appreciate that they take reservations. You can go with a large group or just 2 people. You can hang out at the bar and have a drink with your oysters or have a grand feast. And this is one of the few restaurants that we've been to and taken family and friends to that has never disappointed. Hopefully you have enjoyed our video. If you have given Chesapeake's a try, let us know about your experience in the comments below. And as always, if you have enjoyed our video, please help our channel to grow by clicking the like button and subscribing. By clicking the notification button, you will stay informed of all the happenings we report on in the Smoky Mountains.